So a heads up that we are now going live on YouTube. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kristen Don Hefner, and I'm the Measure 110 Engagement and Strategy Manager with OHA. I will be assisting with facilitating today's meeting. The Oversight and Accountability Council welcomes and encourages community input. Members of the public are invited to submit public comments or get on our interested parties email list by emailing oha.measure110@dhsoha.state.or.us. That email address and more information about the council can be found on the Measure 110 OAC website. OAC members have asked that OHA and other staff who are present in the meeting space introduce themselves in the chat. Please share your role with the agency, and if you are a subject matter expert, your area of expertise. I will now turn it over to Tiana to take attendance.
Okay, Amy, are you here?
I am here.
Blue, sorry.
Here.
Carlos.
Here.
Caroline.
Here.
Dharma.
Here.
Henry. Oh, sorry, never mind. Hubert.
Here.
Hello.
Hello.
Jackie. Jackie, nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you all. It's
Hey,
my first
Jackie.
time. Thank you.
Keisha.
Here.
Leticia. Lenny. Leticia. I'll come back. I see you, but Melinda.
Here.
Hi, Melinda. Morgan.
Here.
Hi, Morgan. Nicole. Didn't see Nicole earlier. Onisha.
I'm here.
Hi, thank you. Ron. I saw you earlier. Ron. Sabrina.
Yes, I'm here.
I saw you. There we go. Tori. Hello. Welcome.
Hi, thank you. I'm here.
Deb. Hello.
Hi, I'm here.
I think that was everybody who will be here today. Okay, Sabrina, would you like to present the agenda, please?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you're going to go back to the agenda or for the
for
Ron and then Leticia.
Yeah, Ron, were you able to unmute? Or Leticia, are you able to unmute for attendance? Okay, I've marked them, but I don't believe they're able to unmute at the moment.
Okay, I'll go ahead and get started. Thank you, Tiana. Hi, everybody. My name is Sabrina Garcia. Welcome to the Oversight and Accountability Council for Measure 110. Those of you that are new to the council and don't know who I am, my name is Sabrina. I'm a chair for the council along with Blue Valentine and Lakeisha Dumas. Today we're going to I'm going to call the agenda, which is we're going to introduce the new Oversight and Accountability members. We're going to talk about the Chapter 944 permanent rules and have a vote regarding that. We're going to talk about the new process for requesting and receiving Department of Justice advice. And then the chairs, which is me, has an update regarding the email process that we came to, that we all decided on. And so with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Tori Algie, hopefully correct me if I'm saying it wrong, and Jackie Mercer. If one of you want to go ahead and jump in and introduce yourselves, we welcome you and thank you for joining us.
Hi, thank you, Sabrina, for the warm welcome. And you said my name perfectly. Thank you. This can be tricky. Again, my name is Tori Algie, and I get to be a senior policy analyst with the Alcohol and Drug Policy Commission. I'm really excited to be invited to be a part of the Oversight and Accountability Council. Just a little bit about myself, very briefly. I have a background in social work, project management, as well as process and systems improvement. And so the majority of my work with the Alcohol and Drug Policy Commission is implementing and tracking the implementation of the statewide substance use disorder strategic plan. So again, thank you guys for the few who have reached out to me for the warm welcome, and I'm excited to be a part of the group.
Thank you very much. And Jackie, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Sure. My name's Jackie Mercer. I'm the CEO of the CEUs. Anyway, CEO of the Native American Rehabilitation Association. I have 29 years, 11 months, and 7 days. It's Friday. And I'm really excited to be here and to be part of this awesome group and help promote our healing, and our people do heal. So thank you all.
Thank you guys very much for joining us. And now I'm going to turn it over to Kristen to talk about the rules.
Thank you, Sabrina. And I believe Carly has, and welcome Tori and Jackie. We are very, very excited to have you here and have you joining us. And we appreciate you taking the time to be a part of this work. So all of you hopefully received the final Chapter 944 rules in your inbox, both your personal, your state emails, both before the weekend and early this week. So as you know, you all are adding a definition for supported employment to the Chapter 944 rules. And we are asking you to vote today to make this definition permanent. So the definition would define supported employment as individualized services that assist individuals with substance use disorder treatment in obtaining and maintaining employment in the community. Sorry, the cat. And continuing treatment for the individual to ensure rehabilitation and productive employment. Supportive employment services mean services provided for supported employment, including but not limited to job development, supervision and job training, on-the-job vegetation, consultation with the employer, job coaching, counseling, skills training, and transportation. Next slide. You also added a requirement for additional services to be provided by Burns in the Chapter 944 rules. And so these are for Burns funded after January 1st, 2024, requiring expungement services or referrals to expungement services to facilitate housing, employment, and receipt of other recovery services, as well as assessment of the need for and provision of mobile or virtual outreach services as required by ORS 430.389 to the next slide. And then finally, with the addition of expungement services, you propose to move number 7 in the Chapter 944-001-0020 to a more appropriate location in the rules and added that expungement service to number 7I. So the only new text in this section is the addition of capital I, expungement services. Next slide. And here is a proposed motion to make these changes to the Chapter 944 rules to make them permanent.
Yes,
And,
I would like
I'll
to.
turn it over to you, Sabrina.
Okay, thank you. Sorry. I would like to, sorry, I'm tongue tied. I move to approve these changes made to the Chapter 944 rules and make them permanent.
Second.
Okay, good. Dharma has the second.
Is there any further discussion? Tiana, would you like to call the vote?
Yes, thank you, Sabrina.
And
Amy,
Carly,
how
can
do
you
you-
please take the, sorry, Carly, can you please take the slides down?
Amy, how do you vote?
Yes.
Blue, how do you vote?
Yes.
Carlos? How do you vote?
Yes.
Caroline, how do you vote?
Yes.
Dharma, how do you vote?
I vote yes.
Hubert, how do you vote?
Yes.
Jackie, how do you vote?
Well, I am a little familiar with them, so I feel comfortable voting yes. Thank you.
Keisha, how do you vote?
Yes.
Leticia, how do you vote? You're here.
Yes.
Oh, awesome. Thank you. Melinda, how do you vote?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm on the wrong line there.
Can you hear me?
Morgan. I can hear you. Sorry, I was on the wrong line. Melinda, or Morgan, how do you vote? Morgan, how do you vote? You'll come back. Nicole, how do you vote?
I vote yes.
Thank you. Onisha, how do you vote? Onisha, are you able to vote? Unmute to vote?
Yeah, I said yes.
Oh, sorry, I did not hear you.
Okay, my bad. Sorry.
Okay. Ron, how do you vote?
I vote yes.
Sabrina, how do you vote? Sabrina, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I apologize. Yes, I vote yes.
Okay. Tori, how do you vote?
I also vote yes.
Okay, and Zeb, how do you vote?
That'd be yes.
Okay, we have 16.
And I want to
Yes.
make sure you know that Morgan voted yes in the chat.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Sorry, I did not see the chat. Thank you, Morgan. Okay, so that would pass with 16 or 17 yes.
Okay, thank you very much, Tiana. And now we're going to have Blue. She's going to do a presentation regarding the Department of Justice advice and how we receive that from here and in the future. Are you ready, Blue?
Yes, and if someone could put up the slide, perfect. Thank you, Carly. Okay, so basically for OAC members to request legal services, it's important that everybody understands that the services they do provide are for a fee. So anytime we ask them to do something, there is a cost associated with it. And so if it's requested to assist the council in carrying out our duties, that is definitely falls under what would be appropriate. So if anybody here needs to request legal services, we also are asking that you contact either Jessica or a tri-chair or the tri-chairs and Jessica for that. Just I think what has happened in the past is sometimes there were questions that were asked. Somebody had asked DOJ a question to look something up, and if it's something that doesn't actually require DOJ, like Jessica could look it up, for example. Those are the kinds of things where we would rather make sure that Jessica can look it over and see if maybe it's something that is actually appropriate for DOJ to handle or not. So hopefully that makes sense. That's all that I've got on that. I don't know if anybody has questions. Okay. Oh. Ron?
Right, thank you. Thank you for that. I was just curious, it didn't specify, I just wanted to be clear, the legal services related to OAC, the Oversight Accountability Council business, correct?
That's my understanding. I think, do we have somebody from DOJ in here?
This is Allison. That's right. It needs to be related to council business. The language that it's used in the statute is that the request must be to assist the council in carrying out the council's duties and obligations.
Thank you.
Is there any further discussion about the way that we receive advice from the Department of Justice?
Carly, maybe we can take the screen down just to make sure we're not missing anyone. Thank you.
Ron, is your hand still up?
It returned up.
Okay, then go ahead. You can go.
It was about the fee, which is that, I'm just kind of curious regarding the transparency of that, relative to, like, where would we see that?
So this is Allison. I think your question is about what is the, so DOJ bills based on time spent providing the legal services. So it would be multiplied by what is the state set, billable rate. So you're asking for how you would know what the rate is, or is there other information that you're
Well, just
asking
generally being, let's say at the end of the year, we wanted to know what that number is. How would we know what that number is? What that dollar amount is for the service?
Oh, got it. So that may be information that OHA can provide, because the fees are charged to the administrative budget that's set in the statute, and OHA administers that OHA administrative budget.
Right, I guess that's kind of what I was sort of wanting to get unpacked a little bit, is that we pay an administrative fee to Oregon Health Authority for its support to the council, or the council or OAC or the OHA receives or takes an administrative fee for supporting the council. I just wanted to see if I was curious as to whether that was included, rolled in, and kind of wanting to know. We can talk more in the future about the transparency of that in terms of reporting to the council on the actual administrative costs.
John, do you want to respond to that?
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, the administrative costs that you pay to OHA, I mean, really goes across to everything, including like Kristen and several of the other staff members that are on here. The fees that end up getting charged to DOJ, like Allison's time or Shannon's time when she's here, when they were reviewing information outside to bring forward advice to y'all, it is all billed separately. And yeah, anytime you wanted to see it, we can bring forward to you the DOJ costs that have been accrued by the OAC. Separating out the admin aspect of that would be a little bit difficult, because like I said, it's spread out across all the different staff that are serving the council.
But we could see it if we wanted to, correct, John?
Oh, yeah.
Information. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you, Ron, for that question. Did that answer everything, Ron? Okay, Tori, you have your hand up?
Yeah, and think the majority of my questions were answered. I want to know if there was a specific budget line for legal fees. And are we tracking the burn rate? If there is a set amount for legal fees, are we tracking how much we're using, making sure it'll last through the year, through the contract? So just curious how that's being tracked.
Do you mind if sorry, I didn't put my hand up. There's not a specific budget line. It's part of the overall admin that's set aside out of the larger budget. And I forget the percentage out of the larger budget, which goes towards admin. But so you're not hitting against a burn rate just for that portion of your admin budget. It's a kind of a global admin. I'd put it at that. Certainly, everything combined, including staff and DOJ costs, could bump against that limit.
Thank you.
Blue, you have your hand up.
Yeah, I just had a question because I'm not sure if I'm understanding this right. So my understanding was more not that we can't ask for advice, just that there's a proper protocol to go about doing so and making sure that we're not, there's probably a better term, but like making sure we're not wasting money asking them to do things that actually don't need to be done by DOJ, things that could possibly be done by a regular Measure 110 staff. And I'm not sure if that's correct or if I'm missing anything. So I don't know if somebody from OHA could just let me know, but I just wanted a little bit of clarification.
So this is John again. So Blue, are you asking if one way of making sure that we don't end up, put this the right way, utilizing too much of DOJ's time and the cost associated with that? One way of handling that might be bringing information back to Kristen or through the tri-chairs or in a meeting like this, and we can evaluate it and make a decision as to whether or not we need additional consultation from DOJ to answer it. In a lot of cases, maybe we won't. Is that what you're trying to get at, whether there's a solid process around that?
No, I understood the process. I guess more like why we're talking about it now. It's my understanding is it's not that we're like running out of money or anything. It's just that maybe sometimes people aren't going through the proper channels, and just trying to make sure that everything that they're doing is appropriate and related to our Measure 110 business.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I'm not aware that people have been going around any of the channels, but I don't know if Kristen or our DOJ folks have had that experience, but I'm not aware of that. So this might really just be making sure everybody does understand what the process is and offering clarification ahead of time.
Yeah, I think it's to clarify for sure that this is the process and this is the way that we need to get that advice from DOJ. Thank you, John. And Dharma, I see that you have your hand up.
Yeah, I guess I'm just clarifying in that process then when we would need to contact the Ethics Commission versus contacting like Jessica or someone or DOJ.
This is Allison. If there are questions about what any of your member obligations are, requirements under the Ethics Commission, requirements under ethics laws, those can be sent to the Ethics Commission through the phone number or through their email address. And if there were questions received either by a DOJ or by OHA that were more appropriate for the Ethics Commission, then they would we'd probably just reach back out to refer you to the appropriate person.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Allison, and thank you, Dharma. And do we have any other discussion before we move on? Okay, I'm going to be presenting providing some information to how me and Keisha and Blue as tri-chairs decided that we were going to go about the email box. And so if somebody could please pull up this slide. Thank you. So how we as tri-chairs decided that we're going to address the email box is as on the slide. The tri-chairs will receive a monthly summary of emails sent to the Measure 110 inbox. Any Oversight and Accountability Council member who wants additional information can request a full report of what's in the email box, but it would have to, I believe, go to your government email. Summary of emails will include categorized breakdown in email contents, and then pressing issues will be sent out as they occur. So if there's a pressing issue with anything, we don't have to wait to receive the email to address it. We'll get the emails sooner than later. I apologize. My phone was ringing in the background and I was trying to silence it. Is there any questions?
Carly, can we maybe take the screen down so we can see if anyone has their hands up?
Okay, then I'm going to turn it back over to Kristen for the OHA updates. Thank you.
Thank you, Sabrina. So we, OHA, have extended the due date to return your signed appointment letters to December 16th. And that is so that we can make sure that we get all of your questions answered before you sign it. So I wanted to let everyone know that. We also have an Measure 110 staff support contact list that was sent to the tri-chairs, but is available to any of the full members. If you would like it, please reach out. We are continuing to work on finalizing equipment and connection issues. I wanted to share a quick note regarding the little wall block for phone chargers. They are a separate accessory that wasn't sent originally, but we will make sure we get those to you. In the meantime, you can plug your phone into your laptop with the cord provided and charge it that way. We are asking for folks to let us know when all of your equipment is received and connected to email so that we can switch over our contact information to your state emails and phone numbers. Please contact Tiana if you have any connection issues, and she will make sure that they are taken care of. Yes, Keisha.
Yeah, so for the technology piece, our computers are more of a C charger and our phones are Apples, which are two separate chargers. So I'm just wondering how we can use one for the other.
Tiana, were you trying to come off mute to address that?
Oh, so that's correct. That was the information that came down the pipeline from Brenda, but I think she was assuming people who had Apples would have the old USB connection. So yeah, that would definitely not be possible if you don't have that port. So I will, I'm not sure where she's at with that. I know that she had sent out some equipment during the week. So I will just circle back with Brenda and see if we can expedite that for you guys. Sorry for the inconvenience. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I just wanted to jump in really quick before I call on Blue. Kathy Cervantes had some stuff in the chat that says if you plug your laptop in, you should be able to use the USB port. I also don't have an Apple, any kind of Apple products. I just plugged my laptop in and then plugged it into the port of my laptop, and I'm assuming it's charging. So I'm hoping that's working. So anyways, I will turn it over to Blue.
Thanks. Yeah, I just wanted some clarification on the questions regarding the letters that we received from Pat Allen. Is that something that is going to be sent via email, or are we going to have an executive session next week to discuss those questions?
I think that is up to you all if you would like to have an executive session or if you would prefer to just get responses via email.
Does any of the council members have a preference? Ron, do you have a preference?
Well, if they're gonna send, if we're gonna receive written responses, once we see the responses, then we could decide whether a discussion is warranted.
Okay, that's fair for me. Anybody else have any other discussion topics around this?
So I just, if we wait until we get responses via email, then I'm worried that if we did need an executive session, that would fall after the 16th. And I think that's our deadline. That's my only thought around that, but I don't have a solution either, so.
Blue, I think we could ask for another extension if executive session is requested.
I see that Amy has her hand up.
Yeah, I'm just wondering about those letters that you mentioned, the commission letters or that you were talking about. I'm not sure why, but I didn't think I had to fill one out because I mean, I've been on the council for almost 2 years now, so but we do all have to fill them out and turn them back in. We do.
Does anybody want to answer that?
I think I can, because one of the issues was that this is the first time we've been given requirements around attendance. And there were a couple other points in that letter that were things that we had maybe not been told before in terms of our expectations as the council members. We need to attend a majority of the meetings, things like that. So yeah, so that's why we need to like agree to these sort of new requirements.
Oh, okay. Well, I will try and find that email, but if someone could send that to me again, that would be magnificent. Thank you.
We can make sure you get another copy, Amy.
I would appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Ron?
Yeah, just kind of revisiting my earlier comment. Yeah, I wasn't aware that that an extension had been granted to turn in these. I was still operating from the letter that I received that stated return the letter no later than December 2nd. And so if there's an extension, I wasn't made aware of it.
Sorry about that, Ron. I think that was our bad, not getting that information to folks in a timely fashion. Really sorry about that.
So yeah, there were a lot of questions that folks had about the letter, and the idea was there was going to be a full discussion because it is. I mean, there was clearly Mr. Allen was advocating a position from his director's position that there should be additional kind of conditions and requirements to being on the council, and folks had a lot of questions about that. And now that we're moving the date back, you know, I think Blue might be right in terms of kind of airing out some of these questions that folks have, but I'll defer to the balance of the council regarding whether we just get the letter first or move to executive session.
Was that all, Ron? Okay, well, an idea is that we can just put this on the table for the next meeting. We are meeting next week, correct, Kristen?
Yes, that is correct. And maybe that is a good segue. We are meeting the next 2 weeks, and then we will be changing to the second and fourth Wednesday of the month that I believe you all voted on the last time we were together. We are working on changing the calendar invite and update, so that is going to be coming soon, so that everyone is fully aware of their time commitments and obligations. And I'm sorry for the delays in that. We are just having to work with some tech issues on this side.
I see that your hand's still up, Ron. Did you have something?
Sorry, I just failed to put it down.
Okay, Carolyn?
Yes. I cannot be in the meeting next week. I'm actually will be on a plane, so I can't even connect. So I'm doing a presentation for the OJJDP youth conference in San Diego. And there was no way around it. I was trying to make my flight so it wouldn't be in conflict, but there's very minimal flights, as Sabrina probably is aware, is the fact that Redmond Bend is the airport and they don't have very many flights out. And so I land at 2:40. By that time, it'll be too late to call in. So I'm just letting you guys know if you need a quorum for next week, I'm not going to be able to call in.
Thank you, Carolyn. And did you still have more updates, Kristen?
I just had one more note. I know a lot of folks have been asking for an update about the harm reduction clearinghouse, and we are scheduling that for after the first of the year. So hopefully we will have that discussion in January.
Okay, thank you, Kristen. And I just wasn't quite sure where we landed with the executive session in the letter. Maybe I blocked out pieces of the information when people were talking, but I wasn't quite sure where we landed because I looked on the calendar and next week's the 14th. And if we want to have executive session and the letters are due on the 16th. So I wasn't sure what we decided.
Well, I had proposed that folks have sent emails in with questions, and DOJ has offered to respond to those questions in writing, and that based on how folks received, if folks still have questions after receiving those written responses, we would, and enough questions to warrant an executive session, we would then schedule an executive session based on people wanting to have a more full discussion. Then Kristen offered to extend the deadline for receiving those letters regarding continuation of service on the council to allow folks to get the responses from DOJ, read the responses, respond to the responses, and potentially request an executive session. Hence, putting out the requirement or the deadline for receiving an agreement for continuation of service on the council into the future. That's my summary of what I heard.
That's what I thought I heard too, Ron. You articulated that so very well. Okay, so I'm good with that. Do you know when we're going to have the letters come out, Kristen? Did you say that when we're expecting the letters to come out?
I do not think I said that, but I think we are aiming for early next week.
Okay, thank you. Do we have any other council business?
Nothing from the OHA updates. That is all I have.
Okay, I don't think I have anything either for the tri-chair updates. Keisha or Blue, do you guys have anything?
No, I don't.
Nope, I don't either.
Okay, well, that was a super fast meeting and I'm thankful that I got to see all of you guys. It felt like forever. So you guys have a good week and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
That was fast. Wow.
Bye.
Thank
Thanks,
Thank
everyone.
you, folks.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye, everybody. Have a happy holidays.
Happy holidays. See you next week.
I have a question.
What's up?
Yeah, maybe we
Oh.
can help.
Am I offline now?
I don't know if we're still streaming though, so
Britt, are we done?
Right, please let me know if you still need me to continue captioning. This is Michelle, the captioner.
I think we're done.
Okay, thank you all.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much, Michelle.
No problem.
could you just,
I'm waiting
We-
till
right. We might just